Community food security is the condition in which all community residents obtain a safe, culturally accessible, nutritionally adequate diet through a sustainable food system that maximizes community self-reliance and social justice. In other words, community food security refers to the ability to have access to enough food at all times to provide a healthy life for all community residents. In the U.S., 86% of households were food secure in the year 2008. About 14% of the American population was food insecure. This means that roughly 49.1 million people were unable to provide enough food for their families at some point that year. Low-income families don't have enough money to build a sustainable system for themselves in which they continuously have access to food. As a result, their food intake is reduced and their food patterns are disrupted. Single-parent households are likely to be food insecure because they only have one income to survive off of, which in many cases is not enough to provide nutritionally adequate meals on a daily basis. According to the USDA, African American and Hispanic populations are 3 times higher to face food insecurity than the Caucasian population. Rural communities are likely to be food insecure due to the limited number of supermarkets, limited availability of food items, and high cost of food. Coincidentally, while food insecurity is a major concern, the obesity epidemic is also rising. As I mentioned before, rural communities are at risk of food insecurity because of the lack of supermarkets available in these areas. This is also one of the reasons why obesity also exists in these locations. Supermarkets provide a wide variety of produce and other healthy foods. In some rural areas, supermarkets are not available and residents must resort to convenience stores or fast food restaurants for meals. Convenience stores offer hardly any healthy snacks, and most of the shelves are stocked with candy, chips, and cookies or cakes. Fast food restaurants are cheap and you can get more food for your money, but most items on the menu are energy-dense foods rather than nutrient-dense. The Community Food Security Coalition addresses 6 principles of strengthening community food security. The first one is meeting the needs of low-income families. Because they are the most at risk, it is important to reduce hunger and improve health in these communities. Principle number 2 is setting broad goals because there are many factors that influence the food system, including poverty, hunger, and unsustainable food production. Third is to seek community focus. This includes building community resources such as supermarkets, farmers markets, and community gardens. The Community Food Security Coalition seeks self-reliance and empowerment for individuals in food insecure communities by engaging residents in project planning. The 5th principle focuses on local agriculture. For example, it is important for local farmers to access markets that provide them a decent amount of money for their hard work. The 6th principle emphasizes that the Community Food Security Coalition project is systems-oriented, meaning they collaborate with other agencies. Now that you know more about this issue, ask yourself what you can do to strengthen food security.